I will never look at bread the same way after learning this. Step inside a bustling medieval mill, where the air hums with the rhythm of turning stones, and the scent of warm, earthy grain mingles with wood smoke and fresh bread. Here, flour isn't just a powder. It's alive, brimming with nutrition, its essence carefully guarded by the miller's practiced hands. Every groove in the stone, every grain, every subtle adjustment holds secrets passed down through generations. Yet, in just a few decades, this ancient wisdom has nearly vanished, swept away by the relentless advance of industrial roller mills. But the story of stone milling isn't just a relic of the past. It's a mystery waiting to be rediscovered, a testament to the power of human skill, observation, and ingenuity in creating food that truly nourishes. Before we dive in, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Warcraft Survival. We're uncovering forgotten techniques that shaped human survival for thousands of years, and you don't want to miss it. Now, let's step back in time and rediscover the craft of the medieval miller. For 5,000 years, grain was ground between massive stone wheels. Villages relied on their local mill to turn harvests into bread. But in the 1800s, Swiss and Hungarian inventors introduced roller mills, steel machines that could process wheat faster than any stone could. By 1870, roller milling had started replacing traditional stone mills, and within 30 years, most of Europe and North America had switched. On the surface, this was progress. Steel rollers made whiter flour, easier to transport, and more uniform. But what was lost was almost everything that made wheat nutritious. The bran, the germ, the oils and the vitamins were stripped out and sold as animal feed, leaving humans with pure starch. Today, when you walk into a supermarket, most flour is roller milled and chemically bleached. The enriched vitamins added back can't match the complexity of what medieval millers preserved naturally. Stone mills were deceptively simple yet sophisticated instruments. A heavy stationary stone, called the bedstone, supported a rotating runner stone. Grain fed through the centre of the top stone moved outward, ground to flour as it travelled. But the magic was in the carved patterns on the stones. Furrows created sharp cutting edges, directed airflow to keep the temperature low, and controlled the flow of flour. Millers knew instantly if something was off, too close, and the flour overheated. Too far, and it came out coarse. Maintaining the precise gap, sometimes only fractions of a millimetre, required constant attention, skill, and intuition honed over years of apprenticeship. Water-powered mills typically ran at between 60 and 120 rotations per minute, with speed controlled by adjusting water flow. Windmills, on the other hand, demanded even more adaptability. Millstones dulled with use, so millers regularly dressed them, recarving grooves to restore their cutting precision. It was, honestly, dangerous work. Flour dust is highly combustible, and sparks from friction could obliterate a mill in just seconds. Yet the rewards were immense. Properly milled flour preserved the wheat germ, bran and starch intact, keeping its oils, vitamin E, fibre and minerals. Bread made from this flour kept villagers full and sustained them through long days of physical labour. In contrast, roller mills were designed to separate wheat into parts. Bran and germ were removed, leaving only refined starch. These components, valuable for nutrition and flavour, were sold separately. The high-speed grinding created heat that damaged oils and proteins. Modern white flour might make fluffy bread and last longer on shelves, but it lacks the nutritional integrity of stone-ground flour. Whole grain bread made from traditional methods provides fibre to slow digestion, healthy fats to promote fullness, and nutrients that support overall health. Eating modern white bread spikes blood sugar, triggers insulin responses, and leaves you hungry, driving overeating and long-term metabolic disease. The good news is that stone milling is making a comeback. Small-scale mills in North America and Europe are reviving this lost craft. Companies like Anson Mills, Hayden Flour Mills and Janie's Mill produce stone-ground flour for those willing to seek it out. At home, modern countertop stone mills allow you to grind fresh flour from whole wheat berries, maximizing nutrition and flavour. Real stone-ground flour is slightly coarse, speckled and full of natural oils and aromas, producing bread that is dense, chewy and deeply satisfying. Baking with it requires adjustments, more water, longer dough rest and patience. But the result is bread that medieval people would recognize as food. Stone milling disappeared not because it was inferior, but because industrial priorities favoured speed, shelf life and profit over health and taste. Today we have a chance to recover what was lost. One loaf of stone-ground whole wheat bread is not just nourishment. It's a reconnection with centuries of human skill, observation and care. Start small. Find a bag of stone-ground flour from a local or regional mill. Bake a loaf, savour its aroma, chew its density and notice how it sustains you. Compare it to supermarket white bread and recognize the difference between food and a product engineered for convenience. Medieval millers spent decades perfecting their craft, preserving nutrition, flavour and texture. The least we can do is respect that knowledge and choose to recover it whenever possible. If you want to continue uncovering lost survival skills, forgotten crafts and historical techniques that actually worked, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with anyone curious about the ways our ancestors lived, thrived and fed themselves. Medieval millers may be gone, but their wisdom is still available, if you're willing to reach for it.